Hello, beautiful, and welcome. This is going to be a Cancer reading. It's a general collective. Please take what resonates and leave what doesn't. I've got 3 of water, a celebration, a wedding, graduation, or birth announcement, the need to have more fun. Some of you guys taking necessary precautions. I have like pregnancy scares for some of you. So, you know. Others of you, though, this might be a victory of some sort. Right? Others of you just have a happy time that you're headed towards. Some of you guys looking at birthday celebrations. Happy birthday, by the way. Ten of fire. Too much work, accept help from others. Life is out of balance. Stress-related health concerns. Some of you guys, you need to bring more fun in. Others of you, you can have fun accomplishing something that you're trying to. Right? It's like, hey, I gotta build a deck. And instead of killing myself trying to do it by myself, like, my friends would help me and I can have a cookout and we could have fun building the deck and it would make it easier. Others of you, I have you leaving some type of toxic work situation because, it's just affecting different areas of your life. You can't leave work at home. Ace of water, falling in love or the resurgence of a relationship, spiritual growth and enhanced intuition, a new home. Some of you guys, this is just new energy in your home. Some of you guys looking at actually moving. Others of you is a renovation. Some type of renovation around your home is going to bring you a lot of happiness, right? Maybe that kitchen's been on your list for a minute, but doing the kitchen is going to help you. But you can have fun doing the kitchen. For some of you, it's scheduling this renovation, but scheduling the fun into it. Like, who cares if you get drink and do demo? You know what I mean? Well, that makes it better. Making sure you've got a good playlist to do this stuff with, right? What's going to keep you motivated? Others of you, endings in families with new beginnings. Page of water, intuitive, sensitive, artistic, friendly. A new person enters your life. A relationship begins a new phase. Heightened psychic abilities. Some of you guys are going to be feeling things more intensely next month as you finish your integrations this month or ascensions. Nine of earth, enjoying life's little luxuries, spending quiet time alone, successful self-employment. Some of you guys are going to venture on your own, and you're not going to be bad at it. Others of you, it is a new work thing. Some of you guys, it's just work around the house, but it's going to make you happier to do. You're going to love the environment more, and you can get this work done in an easier way than you think, or in a funner way than you think. You can enjoy the work. For some of you, part of the struggle is that you're getting asked to kind of go less planny as you want to. So say you're looking at renovating your kitchen, right? You want to have like the cupboards picked out and the curtain treatments picked out and the wall picked out and like everything picked out, and it's like, let things be your inspirations, but don't get stuck on an image that you see, because really your happiness is kind of like a mix up of different things that you're seeing, but you might like something that you see a lot until you're like, well, this is what we're going to do. And if you don't aim for that picture, you'll end up with what you actually want. Ooh. Oh. Alright. So you guys need to run a little less structured, restricted. We've got Ace of Fire, an exciting new opportunity, career advancement, change your life now. Yeah, some big change though, right? Right, new job, new home, new something. But it's exciting. You know, it revives you in some way. Whatever change is heading towards you, it's like a soul revival, right? You can grow more because of it. You feel better because of it. You feel more self-worth, more capable because of it. Right? Sometimes renovation in the home do that though. Right? Feels like a brand new home, brand new you. Right? We've got Five of Earth, fears surrounding money, the wisdom to accept help from others, uncertain self-employment. Ace of Earth, the inflow of abundance, a promising business venture, important documents or contract. Don't let fears about finances tie you up. For some of you, you're unwilling to make the next move because you're going to be out finances, but those finances will come back to you. If you have to dip a little bit into savings, it's not like you're going to need that savings for a repair, right? So being willing to spend a little bit of money to get where you want to go. Others of you, this could have to do with like a business transition, trying to leave one company and go to the next, but you need to, and just, you know, the fear of not having an employer to go to from one to another. Can we store a little bit of, you know, just to make us feel a little safer? Being willing to make the jump without the safety net, you know? Some of you guys better start saving and getting your resumes up, especially if you have a toxic employer. Whether you want to leave out of fear of finances or not, like eventually it's going to end. Eventually that's going to end. King of Air, brilliant, impartial, professional, diplomatic. Speak your mind with confidence. Seek out professional advice. Balance mental and emotional considerations. Right? Where is this war in self? Is it just because your thoughts are restrictive? Is it emotional? Like, I don't emotionally support myself in this. It makes me feel uneasy. Right? Where is this fear from? Others of you guys, you know, clearly speaking this, maybe getting around somebody, having that soundboard session. Others of you, it has to do with notes, like writing out your thoughts and feelings. Those of you who joined me for church, the journals that we've been working on and the self-awareness, right? Others of us going back a couple weeks, clearly listing out pros and cons of something, you know, fears associated to those. Are these fears logical fears? Are they helpful fears, right? Where do these fears stem from? We've got ego with Archangel Jophiel, a false sense of entrapment, being overly focused on material things, negative or fear-based thoughts. What is restricting you? Others of you, the reason that you know, have chosen to stay in a less than good situation is because you started telling yourself and believing that you needed to, or you had to, right? Some of you guys, this is fear around finances. You know, you still might have a fear from years ago or your childhood or something where it's like, well, if it's spent, it's never come back, and, you know, we're going to struggle. There you have air. Yeah, having trust in the universe that if you spend it, it'll be brought back to you. We've got great sadness. Take time to heal. The need to forgive yourself or others. I know this about yourself, or maybe how you communicate with others during this. Because for some of you, if emotions take over, you're not always saying things the way that you want to. And then, it can cause problems that you don't mean to. And so having to deal with that. Others of you have got past wounds that are getting brought to attention, but it's so that you can remove any lack that you still may have and you're just not aware of, right? This view, might cause you anxiety that you don't normally have. The Empress, Archangel Gabriel. It's Gabriel. Lavish abundance. Give birth to your dreams. Nurture yourself and others. Loving yourself. Seeing the time that it takes to tend to it. Tend to yourself before you try and tend to it, though. Because for some of you, it's like you kind of rush through emotional stuff, or you're trying to rush through this, and you're supposed to be taking your time with it. You might let schedules really cause you to rush when you don't need to, and staying more in control of your energy when you feel like there's a physical pressure and there's not. Like, if you're working on something and someone's like, there's only 5 minutes left, you automatically freak out and feel like, I'm not going to get done in 5 minutes. I mean, just because someone lets you know a timeline doesn't mean you ain't going to hit it, right? But you'll start rushing or freaking out, and it's like, you're fine. You would have made the deadline. You just had awareness of a time. Six of Fire. Victory. Good news is on its way. Public recognition or reward. Or awards. I've got you guys moving forward, though. I mean, like if you do the kitchen looking good, everybody can be like, look how nice your kitchen look, right? Those of you going somewhere else to another job, you're going to be more successful at that one, right? Whatever negative employer you're trying to get moved away from or going to be moved away from, right? It's for your best. Some of you guys are just stuck in like, but I think I know better. And it's just because you're uncomfortable about a move, right? And so you've got this ego where you think you know better than God on what's best for you. You don't even know all of your life that you want to accomplish. Right? Right? I already know what you want your kitchen to look like, and you're like, but I think I know everything. Queen of Air, independent, experienced, realistic, and witty. Definitely understanding things differently than you did. Knowledge, information, wisdom, those things from whatever you're getting led from or from a past experience. So you guys are getting called to pull on those. Like maybe you've tried to do a reno before and it didn't go very good. And maybe the reason was I just rushed into it. I was like, oh, I think I know what I want to do, and just started doing whatever, wherever. Like, didn't really think about an approach to it, right? And this time, I learned that lesson, so I'm going to reflect before I start the renovation. Objective decision making, clearing away all that no longer serves you, seeing the humor in a situation, especially if you can laugh about things. Sometimes it's ourselves, right? And we do get silly mindsets, right? For some of you, you're going to be looking back on something and be like, why did I tell myself that? I am so silly, right? I am kind of stupid to think that about myself, right? Somebody's getting away from a demon. Like, you may not want to admit that you are associating with a demon, right? But they are. Like, don't sugarcoat a turd. Like, shit, man. Seven of Fire. Defend your beliefs and decisions. Stand your ground. Choose your battles wisely. Right? Some of you guys definitely getting better in self-battle, right? The thoughts you hear, getting awareness of them, and when they, like, happen, being able to fight them. Not changing yourself or what you're supposed to do based on what others might think you should do, or lower versions of yourself might have, like, wanted to do. Others of you, I mean, not fighting with somebody that you're telling goodbye, right? Choosing the lines you say and not getting into an actual argument, right? Choosing the right lines. They shut down, can't say shit, right? Because the truth's the truth. What you want? Queen of Fire. Confident, warm, intelligent, and graceful. Stretch your wings and fly. Don't underestimate yourself. Assert your independence and creativity. Right? Passion's ignited. You know, and it's like getting into that kitchen reno. Some of you guys are going to forget that even though you don't want to do it all the time, you love interior design. You just, you know, don't want it to be your freaking career. But hey, that's something fun that I get to play with that I like to do. Somebody looking into a chicken coop? Chickens are fun, man. We've got Seven of Air. Plans that need revision. More going on than meets the eye, and poor timing. For some of you, there's something else going on, and that's why you don't want to make the change that you're being asked to make. Like, I don't want to leave my employer because of other shit going on. And it's like, but you kind of need to. Others of you, it's just, you know, listening to guys as you do stuff, or the plan that you come up with. King of Fire. Motivational, idealistic, ambitious, charismatic. Focus, focus, focus. Communicate with vision and be a leader. Advice from someone creative. Some of you guys, you know, you might be getting help, but it's just trying to articulate with another individual why you want things done the way that you want them done. And then being open and receptive to it, right? I don't want it done in that order. I don't want it constructed that way. I want it constructed this way. And then being able to listen to that. You should be successful. And in the long run, it's worth having the help. It just might be like one conversation where it's like, no. We're doing it this way because that's the way I want it done. I mean, but if you're being guided to listen to somebody who may, you know something that you don't, or knows an easier way, or something like that. For some of you, and the envisioning, like, it logically looks like that's how you do it. Like, how you put it together, how it would be. But the actual construction of it is a little bit more tricky, and so you have to do something else with it. It's not for everybody, but for some, that's why you need to be open to receiving and kind of replan how you're going to tackle something. And it's because of how you want it to look. And it won't if you do it the way you think it needs constructed. The majority of you guys, you know, out of it just being, you need to be like, you know, it's my project. This is how I want it to look. And it does work and it will work. So that's why we're doing it that way. Right, helping hand, not the leader. I'll listen to your projects. right? But this is my project, so this is how you can help. 7 of water, a complex decision, the need to do research, stop procrastinating. Some of you guys are daydreaming about making something happen instead of doing it. And, you know, this is kind of your message. We need to move past daydreaming about it, right? Others of you, don't be afraid to take those pauses, right? They give you information, and, you know, there's nothing wrong with being like, just give me 5 minutes to think about it or something, and going and doing a little reflection. Is this really the best way to achieve this? Is there something I'm not seeing? Like, you can get a lot of guidance in 5 minutes, right? Just because you feel like a decision needs to be made immediately doesn't mean it needs to be. We've got the world, Archangel Michael. A job well done, joy, contentment, and gratitude, the path toward enlightenment. You guys are going to be learning something on whatever project you get into. Others of you, I mean, you're very happy with what you're able to accomplish, right? Even if you have those little conversations that aren't so easy on the job, getting the kitchen done or whatever. The kitchen still looks great, and you're very happy at the end. Others of you, you know, it's just you not wanting to make a move, right? With our 7s here. Not feeling confident in the decision that you're making, right? You might get stuck on this loop of thinking about taking action, but being scared about it for some reason. And then I don't know what to do because I know the right thing to do is to not stay in this situation, but I don't know how to get out of this situation, right? I can think of lots of ways to get out of this, and then this all going wrong, and just thoughts and emotions, right? And so we're avoiding making a decision because we can't feel confident in our decision. I mean, there's a push that happens, right? Whether you feel confident or not, shit's happening. And you guys got to get past that. For those of you who'd rather stay stagnant and just let life happen to you, and then instead of like being a part of it, right? Because really think about what you're setting yourself up for. Well, I'm just going to sit back and not make any decision and let life decide for me. I mean, that's not really what's being asked of you, this one. This one was you were supposed to, like, come up with a decision and, you know, be courageous and make a stand on your own. So if you can, try and do that. I got this sign. Listening about the timing and stuff. Why are you getting led where you are now? Why is this right time for the kitchen right now? Right? Reminder, like, there's no major repairs. You'll have time to replenish your savings. Like, you're being guided right now for a reason. You just are unaware of it or are struggling to receive that message. Those of you who don't, try adding those meditations in. Right? Getting a better spiritual schedule. We've got the Empress. Big growth, though. Some of you guys are getting ready to birth something into the physical because the timing's right for it. Others of yourselves, I mean, you're nurturing something, and just maybe you need to mother yourself a little bit better in this situation. I mean, if your kid was working for this asshole, what would you tell him? Would you tell your kids, stay working for this asshole? Or would you be like, you need to get a better job? Right? So if you was your baby, what would you say to do? So you guys looking at a baby? The Lovers. Oh, so many Cancers spicing it up. I mean, but things are lined up right. You know what I mean? You guys are, emotionally ready for this. And you can handle, like, a deep, committed relationship. I mean, again, for those of you who don't want to have babies, just make sure you pray. And everything will be fine. So you guys are looking at a couples project that really just re-sparks other aspects of your relationship. And sometimes, renos, are good for that because you forget. Like, especially if you haven't had anything to really, extra coupley do. But, like, we are a badass team and we do communicate well. And look at us accomplishing crap. You know what I mean? Sometimes they're really good sparks. Right? I don't know. Some of us getting past, like, I guess it's heart and head. And that's what keeps you stuck in confusion about what you want. But, I mean, you ain't staying stuck long. Ooh, the devil. Yeah. Self-toxicities are toxicities around us being addressed. Others of us, I mean, when we're talking about resparking things in the bedroom, and this devil's not a bad devil for a bunch of the group. Like, you got some passionate love life ahead of you. Right? Others of you, I mean, make sure you're not letting a partner have more say over your life than you are. Although our partner's perspective can be helpful, you know what I mean? It's not necessarily the perspective we're supposed to take for the situation. And then we got Ace of Wands. Yeah. Passionate beginnings, y'all. Definitely feeling very powerful in what we can accomplish. Page of Swords, Ace of Swords, and High Priestess with 9 of Cups. Some of you, you're going to hear something. So, like, if you were doing the kitchen reno, it'd be something like, well, so-and-so has a bunch of cabinets they're getting rid of. And it's like, wait, I could just have their cabinets and they're going to fit perfectly and I can just reface them or something. And then, or something like, this company's having a big sale and it just happens to be happening right now. So you've got some luck you're going to hear about. Yeah, I've got the 9 of Cups underneath that. You hear something that definitely leads to the aid of, wish fulfillment, right? You might hear about an awesome job that's hiring right now and get in there, you know what I mean? If you hear about a good job and you feel like you're supposed to apply for it, then, go apply for it. But there's something you hear or see. Some of you guys, this might be like physical word of mouth. So we're looking at written, right? I might be on Facebook and see somebody like, my work's hiring, this or that. I was like, wait, what? 11. Or some of you don't, like, listen, just because you don't like the person posting it doesn't mean don't apply for the job. You might be their replacement, right? Like, you know what I mean? All right. Temple of Lapis Lazuli, goddess of the ancient skies. Big truths here revealed, understanding them. Those of us who struggle with communications, maybe having the stone on or around us when we're trying to communicate with others that day. Those of you who need this, I do have some available at my store. Right now it's just local, so you have to get to the house, y'all. High Priestess, mysteries revealed in the eyes of Isis. Clear understanding for some of you. Right? Others of you, your love interest, I mean, they might got gifts. For some of you, you know it. Hey! I guess I was like, I'm scared because they could school your ass and you know it. And you're like, but I'm so scared. Because they are so gifted. That doesn't mean that you're not gifted too. They just might be on a different level than you. Others, I mean, it is what it is. You know what I mean? You know, and don't expect you out of somebody. Because for some of you, you know, I would try and manipulate somebody with my gifts. That's why you ain't got them. Right? That's why you ain't got them. Past life, present power, the many spiritual faces of you. So you guys are going to line with somebody you've been with before. And maybe that's what scared you. There was just like an instant connection to them. It's for a reason. Others of you, I mean, I have you getting past like a past life struggle. So maybe it's something like, okay, what other people say, I'll change my mind. Like, at least if it's smaller stuff, right? And you've beaten it in this life. You've beaten it in a past one. But you've got that going on. It just might not have taken you as long. For some of you, you're not taking as long to learn the lesson in this life as you did in the last ones. And so just recognition of growth, you know, through incarnations. Others of you, there's something in you, yeah, truth unveiled. There's something in you that you haven't unlocked or worked with good in this life that you have in another one. I've got magic and ritual, crafting, sacred practice. Again, getting those spiritual schedules up. You know, I add meditation daily. I add prayer daily. Things like that. Truths unveiled. The revelation of Isis. You guys are going to be receiving some information. And in the long run, you want it. It's just for some of you, the truth isn't pretty. Which is why you don't want to accept it. All right. I hope that this helped you in some way or fashion, Cancer. Congrats on whatever you're creating. You know, some of you guys, this is a physical creation, and others of you, I mean, it's a different type of physical, right? Getting coupled and stuff. All right. I love you, Cancer. Bye.